Hello, everyone. I'm back. Today's podcast is about love. It's about deciding that where you are, no matter where that is, may not be enough. And I got the idea for this particular podcast when I remembered a movie that I watched late one night. You know how you do, you're up and you turn the channel and all of a sudden there's something and you find yourself watching it. And it was a story about two girls in Liverpool who went out for drinks one night and met these two Russian sailors who fell in love with them. And it was completely impossible, completely irrational that those two couples would get together. There was no way. And yet, one of them decided to see if it could happen, because the life she had was going nowhere. And I watched the movie and it was very romantic, and I thought, what's really interesting about that is taking a look at her life before she goes out for the night with her girlfriend and runs into those two fellows. Exactly how nowhere was it? So when I was putting together material for the Gloves Off show, I decided to take a look at her life. And I named her Stella. And this is what she had to say. "Me name's Stella. I work the night shift down at the factory. It's not what you'd call a challenging career. We take chickens and we pull out their innards. And then we take the innards and we put them into little paper sacks. And then we take the paper sacks and we shove them back inside the chickens. Yeah, I'm 35 years old and I spend 8 hours a day with me right hand up some chicken's backside. I still live at home. I sleep in the basement next to where me dad keeps his rabbits, and I come and go by the back door. Me dad refers to it as semi-detached accommodation, so he can charge me rent with a clear conscience. I don't blame him much. You don't make a fortune working at the docks when you're 50. Of course, me mam chips in when she can. She doesn't work because me brothers are too young to be left alone, but any time she makes a killing at the bingo, she donates it to the cause. Me mam says I suffer from a shocking lack of self-motivation. But where's this fabulous motivation gonna get me, do you suppose? Once when she was on at me about it, day and night like, I sent away for a secretarial course. I told her it never came, but if you want the truth, I just couldn't be bothered going on with it. Think about it. Who's going to jump at a chance to hire a 35-year-old secretarial graduate whose best skill for 17 years isn't 40 words a minute but 20 birds an hour? Much better to just take your money and spend it on good times and fancy clothes while you're still young enough to enjoy it. I was talking with me girlfriend the other night. We'd been to the bars and had a few, and since we didn't see anyone worth wasting the rest of the night on, we went back to her place. She had a bottle, so we were sitting there getting dead stupid and telling each other our innermost thoughts. I said, I once thought I'd like to be a stand-up comedian. She had a good laugh, but I wasn't joking. Well, not really. See, the way I see it, you take something the world shakes its fist at, and then you twist it, like, to show the smallness of it. Well, I'd be doing them a favour, wouldn't I? They'd be grateful for the chance to laugh for a change. But then, I started watching them. The comics, I mean. And the women are dead pitiful. They get up in front of complete strangers and trot out all their weak, sordid little secrets and beg you to find it funny for them. God, it doesn't half make you want to weep instead. Check it out. Yeah, I've never had much luck with men. They're always dumping on me. So I bought a dog and took it home, and the dog dumped on the rug. I'm not sure, but I think it's an improvement. Give it up. Of course, at my age I've thought about marriage. But what sort of Prince Charming am I going to meet, do you suppose? With me working nights in a chicken stuffing factory? Yeah, and can you picture our cosy little love nest, romantic as hell? Just hubby and me and Dad's rabbits? I might do better to just get a dog and a washable rug and save myself a lot of grief. Do you know the worst of it? I often think if I'd been born ugly, or not so very bright, or with a serious handicap, well, just plain living from day to day would be a major achievement. Something to be proud of. As it is, I'm dead mediocre and just smart enough to realize it. See ya. You see what I mean? People just get to a place in their lives where they say, oh well, I guess that's it. And I don't think that has to be the way it has to be. I think that if we see something and it wakes us up, we should go for it. Don't you? By the way, did I mention that my ancestors were Vikings? Seize the day, kids. I'll catch you next time.